What's going on YouTube? Jadantastic here, and today we're doing the trial and error of Injustice Gods Among Us. Now, this is pretty legit. I mean, it's essentially Mortal Kombat with superheroes, but I don't want to just label it that because it's actually it's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. This is just the demo. This was just released 2 days ago now, I believe, is when the demo came out. So all you get with the demo is you can just do a couple of battles. You can play as Battleman. You can play as Batman, Wonder Woman, and then Lex Luthor, all of which are pretty cool for the demo. I'm just going to play as Batman to give you guys the taste. We'll go with medium. Doomsday is the last guy that you get to fight. So you get 4 fights with the demo with each character. It's the same 4 fights. You can't play as Doomsday, obviously, but you do get to see him in the game. So, I mean, it's pretty cool for a pretty good taste. I played it with all 3 characters. I played through the demo with all 3 characters, and I think it's gonna be fun. I have really high hopes for this game. I have always loved the Mortal Kombat franchise. I'm not huge on fighters, but there's always been a place in my heart for Mortal Kombat games. So I mean, I was pretty excited about it, especially since, you know, with the love for superheroes and all that kind of stuff. You know, I think it worked out well. It's pretty smooth. It feels great. The environments are actually interactive too. So if you get into a spot where, you know, you can actually like throw your opponent into like the background or something, you hit the right bumper, it actually pops up by the health bar. Batman's a little bit like Scorpion, but it feels a lot like the remake of Mortal Kombat that came out 2 years ago. I think now it's been 2 years, which I loved, but there were some issues with that game. The online play was really weak. It was just super hard to get a matchup online, so that kind of sucks. So I mean, if they fix that with this game, then solid. I mean, I would definitely throw down the $60 for the game when it comes out, because I mean, it's just a blast. It's a little bit different than most fighting games in that, and I don't know if it's just because it's the demo that they did this or what, but it's 1 round. Each fight is only 1 round, but you have 2 health bars, so you have to you're essentially beating the person twice, but instead of having that interruption in the middle, then, you know, you just continue to fight. Another thing that's a little funny about the game is that some of the super moves don't really make sense. I'll show you here in a second because I almost have mine. So yeah, so here we go. I'll go ahead and try to do this special. Hopefully it works. And boom. Okay, got her. So obviously right now we're in an alleyway, so this is going to make sense. But some of the levels are on like rooftops, or, you know, so the Batmobile just drove through, you know, and there was a wall in the background. So I mean, that's kind of the weird thing, is that all of the super moves don't really make sense. I mean, if you can play as Aquaman, I watched some of the demo vids. You can play as Aquaman, and Aquaman summons this like huge tidal wave, and, you know, if you're in a building, the tidal wave comes and crashes into you, and the shark bites you, which animation wise is sick. I mean, it looks really cool, and it's a super sweet special, even for Aquaman, who's kind of, you know, the underdog of the, you know, superhero league. But I still don't think that really holds it back, because obviously, I mean, you can't just nail everything. But so there's the helicopter in the background, so I'll try to show you some of this interactive. Boom, there we go. So I just knocked Lex Luthor back into the helicopter in the background, and there's a bunch of other stuff. I haven't really found anything with the demo. I haven't, you know, really tried to get into the interactive parts of the levels yet, but I mean, it's definitely really cool from the videos I've seen. It's, you know, it's a lot of Mortal Kombat styles where you can like uppercut somebody off of one level and they'll fall down to the next level and, you know, take massive amounts of damage and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely think it's going to be a solid game. I mean, I definitely think it's going to be one that you're going to have to pick up, especially if you're a Mortal Kombat fan because of the fight style, and especially if you're a superhero fan, because who doesn't want to just pound people with superheroes. And another cool concept that I heard them talking about with the game is that you actually, there are 2 types of characters, and one is like utility speed, and I haven't figured this out yet. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but you button mash and something happens, and sometimes I win and sometimes I don't. See, he just got 30% health back, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I need to do a little bit of research and figure out how that works. And that's cool. I just did somewhat of a combo, you know, interacting with the environment, but what I was saying is that there's actually two types of characters. One is like speed/utility, and the other one is power. So they fight differently, they interact differently, they interact with the environment differently. Oh, he just nailed. Okay. So like if there's something heavy that you can lift up in the level, then one of the power characters will like pick it up and chuck it at you, whereas one of the speed characters will kind of like pick it up and roll it on the ground and try to take out your feet with it. So it's cool to have, you know, those different types of dynamics, and I'm gonna try to stretch this out a little bit because I don't want to get, you know, too long of a video going. But like I said, it definitely looks really cool. It feels really smooth. It is Mortal Kombat, but I mean, obviously, you know, the same creators. It's Ed Boon, so you know that's what it's going to be. It's got his touches on it, but I love it. I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm definitely going to be picking it up. The demo feels great. You guys should definitely try it out. I give it the highest recommendation possible. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, just look forward to it coming out, and until the next trial and error, guys, I'm Jadentastic. I'll talk to you later.